The forge has gone quiet, the bellows blow no more. The forge has gone quiet, the smiths have gone home. Only fading embers remain, and my hearth grows cold. One kiss from you to rekindle it all.
We're back for Queen of Embers episode 20. And because because Elisa is very nervous about being in this building, and critically failed her test earlier to determine whether that's going to stand, you're going to continue to suffer from stress every 15 minutes you're in here. So you spend time trying to write down what's happening in this classroom, you gain 3 more corruption.
Okay.
We need not roll any peril. You will simply just continue to gain corruption.
Alright.
You're looking around at the walls, at the darkened corners. You can see how dilapidated this place is. The rest of you know that Brigandine will be here soon. We will turn now to Terwin, Harper, and Warren.
Alright, let's keep looking for stairs up. I'll lead you to the tower.
Alright. You find your way to the second floor without much trouble, in fact, for there's a suit of stairs that wind their way up to the second floor and even the third floor, and you feel pretty confident that the stairs to the third floor at least take you closer to the headmaster's tower. And as you're heading that way, you hear sounds in the hallway of people approaching. What are the 3 of you going to do?
To look at Terwin.
I don't know, we'll talk to him. We need you to keep looking for the stairs up there.
Okay.
Just to stand in the hallway?
Well, I'm gonna keep...
Just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Hey, you! One of them says. You don't look like you belong here! The other student says.
Well, I ain't a student if that's what you mean. I'm looking for your headmaster.
What's your name? Tell me so. And a person boldly stands forward, striding up. He's basically got a belt full of books strung over his shoulder and a blue mantle. I should say so. That is most rude.
Ah, yes, my name's... I hold out my right arm, and then I see that his book arm is full, and I hold out my left hand, and I'm like, name's Tone Forster.
He looks toward the hand incredulously. My goodness, Mr. Forrester.
Yeah.
This is a place of learning, not a place of war. As he looks toward the sword at your waist.
Yeah, well, I ain't come to war you, otherwise I wouldn't have come to shook your hand.
He appears to be engaging Terwin in conversation, and the other 2 are trying to slip away.
Listen.
Are you going to let them slip away while he's talking to Terwin?
Sure, why not?
No. Oh, I'm asking them.
I'm not stopping them.
I don't care what they're doing. It's like we don't have time for this. Let's just keep moving.
But
We're here on business. It
The
ain't
other
none of
two-
yours.
The other 2 kind of pad quickly away and begin to head downstairs.
Listen, I've just got some questions for him.
Whoa! You don't need to draw your weapon, he says. Did you go about your business? Just stay away from me, he says as he turns around and begins to run away.
Well, there you have it. Let's keep moving.
Alright.
All these folk are queer as queer can be.
Book learning types.
Can't trust them.
Academic elites.
Well, shit, they don't even let you have a conversation. They just judge you and run.
Alright, let's go.
I'm talking and walking.
You continue your investigations, and eventually you find what you would suspect would be a stairwell up, but it is barred by a heavy wooden door. And it says Headmaster Hofdorf's Headmaster Hofdorf's headquarters.
I try to open the door.
The door is shut, locked.
Is there a knocker or anything on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, knock it.
Okay. There's a wooden carved owl that's holding what appears to be an iron hammer, and you pull it off the chain and ting, 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 you knock on it. There's no answer.
I pound on the door with my fist.
Oh, thick door.
Look to see if there's a keyhole.
Yeah, of course.
Nudge, point at him.
Oh, look. You try to use the key.
You do not have the key. She
Nope,
has
I
the key.
Yeah, she
specifically
gave it to him
didn't
'cause we were
say.
Oh, okay, good.
She did, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
alright.
Haha.
So, fooled you. You place the key inside. It rattles around and turns. Clunk.
All right. After that, I hand the key to. No. Sorry, Alex is not with me.
Nope.
I'll pocket the key.
Okay. Open the door.
Yep.
Oh god, it's the doors again.
The door opens, and what you see beyond is a bit, well, strange. You can hear this sound coming from within. I'm not quite sure what to make of it yet.
You want me to wait by the stairs to hear if anyone's coming up? All running like?
Why? The door's unlocked.
I know, but
Let's
we
just
ain't
close
exactly
it.
here invited.
Let's just close it behind us, and then they won't expect to know where we are.
Right. Just don't lock it.
Right.
Or do lock it. I don't
No,
know.
don't lock it.
Oh, you do it. Alright.
We found it unlocked. We'll leave it unlocked.
I'll follow your lead. Just keeping that out. Walk in to the room, taking in this curious place.
Stepping through the door is almost like stepping into someplace else. The interior of this place, specifically the stairwell, appears to be a spiraling manifold of stone and iron. What would best be described as some strange construction of Euclidean geometry. It is not so much difficult or a hardship to find your way up the stairs, which is about thinking your way about how mentally all of this works. As the stair kind of chiclunk and then moves up and then chiclunk and then moves up and chiclunk, seems to be almost moving like some great machine.
What bloody blazes is this?
I think this is Bostonian sorcery is what this is.
I don't even rightly know how to describe it.
Well, I'll give it a try.
There ain't like I have no book to write it down with either, so.
So I will try to ascend the stairs.
You begin to... At times, the stairs seem to almost turn into themselves, and the walls that encapsulate this strange, spiraling staircase seem to almost form impossible angles. Climbing these stairs are not so much a physical trial as much as a mental task. And the interior of this place is lined with these mirrors everywhere, which cast this really strange light and kind of is very disorienting as you walk inside. The office, or I should say the headmaster's office, seems to be at the top floor, and the stairs kind of terminate at this low threshold, and you leave kind of a mirrored interior of the hallway behind, and you can see it opens up into this very, very large study. You can see that the walls are covered almost from floor to ceiling, both on support timbers and beams, to every single flagstone on the floor, to every wooden slat in the wall, and every brick that's been affixed around the windows. They have been marked or identified or written in strange strange hexagrammatical equations, identical to those to what you saw at the ritual site.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Yep. Well, I think we already know where that stuff came from. I think we're in the right place.
The others are still not here with you.
We need to get out of here. Come back at another time when we can all come.
I think we done blew our surprise.
The hair on the back of your neck, Warren, is standing up straight. The hackles kind of rise. You feel this kind of unusual... There's this otherness here that you can't quite put your finger on. But it almost feels like the walls are closing in on you. It's like the edges of your vision are kind of reverberating or vibrating at the speed at which a cat purrs. Like the walls just seem to almost like be moving quickly, almost imperceptible. And when you turn toward them, everything seems to be fine. But as you kind of stare straight ahead and just wait a few moments, then the edges of your vision begin to kind of vibrate and fold once more.
I put my hand on the wall and try to collect myself.
We need something solid for Hexenster. For him to believe that these men were behind it.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only person with a book is downstairs. That's what I'm saying. We should go get it.
I'm just saying, if there's a book around, we just take it.
We can do a rubbing of some of these mathematical things, right?
You got any paper and something to rub with?
No, I don't.
Right and get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like being in here anyways, so we should just go back down and get them.
Your call.
So the
You can see that this large study, actually, there are several floors to it. There are these stairs that kind of lead up to other, like, ascending floors that are kind of open air, much like the atrium down below. And you can see as you look toward the top of the tower, this long shadow kind of rippling across the top of the half dome. Clearly somebody is up there with a generous amount of light, but they have not seen nor heard you, for the sound of the machine and the darkness that you're kind of standing in seems to obfuscate even that you're here.
Let's be quiet. Let's go get the others. Come on.
it's one man. Let's keep moving. We don't have much time.
No. Last time it was no men. Come on.
Okay, boss.
I'll follow him back down, I guess.
You head down these strange stairs and eventually you will collect yourself, and they're 15 minutes later for 3 more corruption. You know it is only some time until Brigandine makes it back. You've been here for about 30 minutes so far.
Are we all together now?
Yes.
Okay. Listen. We don't have much more time. We need to go and come back. We've only got Bob and Knob outside.
Might have more the next time we come back.
Well, they may, but we've got Brigandine coming now. And I can still stick with the story of we's here looking for Druce. But I don't think that's going to hold too much water.
Your call, Captain.
What's
Or
it now?
Lieutenant.
Listen,
What is this?
Elisa.
Yeah.
Those writings.
You can see yourself reflected within the mirrors inside this strange tower that ascends, Alistair.
Are we outside the door?
Yes. Reflected upon the mirrors, you see images upon images upon images of yourself reflected between the many, many mirrors of differing shapes and sizes that have been purposefully hung in here to hide the stone behind it. And this strange machine clacking of the stairs as they seem to fold in upon one another, one by one.
I've never fucking been to this place in my life.
Me neither.
But I know what's up there. Explain that to me.
What's up there?
It's mirrors, some kind of strange mechanical engineered staircase.
How the fuck do you know?
I don't fucking know. Well, I'm sure shit gonna find out.
Right, so fuck all consequences, even if Brigandine comes.
Well, they would like to see something strange about what's going on here too.
All right. You lot in.
I'm in.
Hey, we're already here.
If we can resolve this reek, I'm all in.
I don't know that I trust this place.
I ain't trust nothing in here.
No,
Besides you five.
This place is terrible.
Four.
But are you in?
I guess.
It's good enough. Let's go.
Just make it fast, yeah? This place could fall apart at any moment.
All right, so we're gonna go back up.
The smell of something ferrous, like the smell of rotten eggs or the smell of spent gunshot or something else that you recall finding in the bottom of that recessed well, is like emanating from in here.
It's like a reek.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't smell like the reek. It smells like burnt gunshot.
Okay.
It smells like something that like in the bowels of that place. And as you come up the stairs, it opens into this very large study, as I mentioned before, and almost dominating the center of this, let's just say in the bottom floor, there are these series of rolling blackboards everywhere that is covered in schematics, in calculations, in equations. And these immediately resonate with you. Like these have to be similar to what you saw before. You can't identify. Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that one because you didn't have enough time to write them all, or the book was stripped from you. But without a doubt, they seem to almost kind of match the same handwriting. You would at least guess, written in white chalk. You can see, kind of laying out up on a table, on the second floor. There's something kind of whirring and moving. You wish to stay down here? Do you want to ascend up?
I'll point up to where the shadow was. Is it still there?
No.
That was someone up there.
May still be.
Yeah.
Damn this hand! You hear? Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna head towards that sound if we can.
Is that the way I've seen before? Is that direction?
I'm sorry?
Is that the way I've seen before? Does that feel right? I guess for
Something
lack of a
seems
better-
to be pulling you this way, but you're not really sure what. It doesn't seem to really mimic what you would remember in your dreams, although your dreams have been so fleeting, it's hard to really kind of make out or recall precisely what was within them, but something has drawn you here.
Against my better judgment, I'll continue to follow that instinct.
Upon this second floor, you can see what is whirring and moving. There is this thing crafted of brass and silver and iron. These spheres that seem to kind of spin upon their own around a very large kind of swinging apparatus that is at least 10 feet in diameter. And there are a series of these small spheres moving in like different paths, some circular, some erratic, and they seem to be swirling and moving around this central brass ball. And within the ball, there are holes kind of poked through it, and you can see this kind of greenish light kind of sparking within. That seems to be driving this thing. Nearby along the wall, you can see some great, what can only be described as a machine of brass bells, tall iron pistons, wooden piano keys, ivory strings, and it appears to be like almost like something you would find like a great harpsichord, but it seems to defy all logic as to what it really is. And you can see that there are a number of what we would refer to as looking like ticker tape that is punched with hundreds of holes that is kind of spooling and kind of gathering on the foot of the floor, and it's gathered so high it's almost a mound of ticker tape kind of gathered in front of it. You can see that this too is kind of flashing with green light.
I don't know what any of that is.
You can see the shape of the man on the third floor, the shape of this person's shadow kind of cast upon the dome of the tower. Who's there? Who's there? He says, almost a frightened voice.
No way. We don't mean you any harm. Here for some questions.
Questions?
Yeah. Name's Taryn Forrester.
It's not Abel. Are you there?
I ain't able.
You see that along you can see there's kind of like a balustrade. He kind of comes to the wooden balustrade and leans over with one arm kind of raised in the air like such and covered in something. This man leans over, is wearing this long blue cloak and this droopy gray mustache and has a 5 o'clock shadow otherwise. His eyes look completely bloodshot and widened and confused. You there? Who? Mr. Forrester, he says.
Yeah.
What business do you have here? He leans over.
Came to ask you some questions. You like I come up to you, or you want to come down here?
How did you get inside?
Door's open.
Wait right there. Don't come up, he says. Don't come up. I'll come to you.
Very well. We'll be here.
You have a few moments to collect yourselves. This will begin a social intrigue event.
Lisa's
while-
attempting to sketch what she's seeing here, mechanics and everything.
While he's doing that,
So we will begin this social intrigue event. So this is we're gonna kick this off.
yeah.
So the first question I have is, who intends to participate? So Terwin,
Yeah, that'd be
Give her-
really silly me if I didn't.
Harper,
Yep.
okay. And what of yourself, Alistair?
Definitely.
Warren?
Oh yeah.
And Elisa?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's not your thing.
Got it.
No.
Okay, so
Right.
Terwin, what's your social class?
Lowborn.
Harper?
Burgers.
Burger.
Alistair?
And I pronounce like you eat it.
Okay, and Warren?
Lowborn.
No, I am definitely it.
Okay. Terwin, order or chaos aligned?
Even.
Okay. What about yourself, Harper?
Order.
Order. Got it. Alistair?
Order, believe it or not.
Nice. Warren?
Chaos.
Chaos.
Obviously.
Okay.
No.
So,
Shocked face.
what's that?
No, I am actually. I was being sarcastic.
So, the first question that you must ask yourself at any social intrigue event is that, what are you trying to achieve? What is it you are trying to do here, in this case, maybe personally or as a group, and it's all above board, and obviously you can participate, Kay, even though you're not participating in the
No,
role
I'm going to
play,
do the
certainly.
social roleplay.
Oh, you do want
yeah,
to?
no,
she
I
was
was
messing
being
around.
sarcastic. My
Oh,
entire
okay.
character is social.
Yeah. So, Lisa, are you, what's your social class?
Burger, and I am order.
Thought Alistair might sit
Okay.
out, but he likes to be intimidated. So yeah, all right.
That's what I was like, wait, what?
Okay. So, the first question is, above board, what is it you're trying to achieve here?
Get information, yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah,
very
so-
broad. What do you
So
mean
yeah,
by that?
what?
Find the source of the reek.
Yeah, we definitely want to find the source of the reek.
Find out what happened in that well.
Right.
Yes, and also I'm trying to figure out whether or not he was responsible for it and is continuing to try to do something nefarious, or if he is like regretting it and trying to stop it now.
Short version of what happened on the Lonely Island.
Yeah.
Right, so we need to know what he did. Like, we know he went there. We know he came back without the others.
Yeah.
So we know something happened.
What he did and
Let-
what happened.
Right. Because
What
I
happened on the
assume
Lonely Island.
he went there, tried to open some door to some sort of portal to something.
Birds.
And then that caused the reek to come through, right? And so we either know how to shut it, or we need to know how to shut it.
We need to know
We need
how
a confession
to
out of him.
get rid of the reek.
Right, and also whether or not like he's amenable to trying to stop it.
Right.
Because if he's studying and he's got bloodshot eyes, he may actually have regrets and is trying to fix what he did. Those are two clues for me, thinking maybe this guy is regretful now.
Could be.
Right. I mean, we'll definitely listen to his story, but
Yeah.
I mean, Harper's looking for a confession. He believes this man's dead to rights. We got him. We got his key. His key was there. His clasps. This man was there. He's responsible. He needs to be held responsible.
Anything else above board?
Anyone else have any personal goals they're going for?
Mm-mm. No, not for Taylor.
No.
Okay.
Other than maybe find out who Abel was. That's the only other.
Okay. Like, what do you feel is at stake? What's at risk here? For you or the group personally? For you personally or the group, the greater group?
Our reputation, for one, like with the brigandine, that's at stake. We risk getting him to confess if he is the one who did it. If we go about questioning things the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, we basically need a win out of this, because if we don't, we're kind of in a real pickle. Because if Brigandine comes in here and asks us what the hell we're doing, and we don't have a good answer, well, a good answer would be, we suspected him as, having to do something with the Reek, and if we can actually justify our means of being here, instead of we just snuck our way in and now we're confronting this guy. Like, we need a better excuse than that. And having this guy to serve up to Heckenstern, I think that'll be good.
Yeah, like if this were a cop movie, it would be a whole lot better to have found some evidence, even though you didn't get a warrant first.
Do they have due
No, they
process
don't.
here? Or don't?
Is there no due process in this part?
I just manage an attorney.
But
You did not read them. They're written.
I'm a sovereign citizen.
still, if we find
Defend
nothing,
rights.
it's not going to be as good as if we do actually find something.
Right. We need to come up with something.
Okay. So, anything else you feel is at stake?
Potential ally in him that we could possibly have.
Well, it's not at stake. That's certainly something you can gain out of this.
Yeah. Well, then what at stake is to have the wrong enemy. Yeah. Like if he's actually somebody that shouldn't be an enemy, and we make one out of him. Also, there's a lot of stuff going on in this room that we don't understand. We're currently suffering from stress. We may.
We lose access to information that we would not otherwise have.
Well, also, but because we don't understand these things, it can be scary, and so we could also lose some of our will, maybe even because there's a big scary machine over there that Terwin has no idea. I mean, he didn't even know it's a machine. So there's the unknown that's there that could overwhelm our resolve. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. So, with that being said, we must now pick our social tactic, and this is essentially what you're going to do with the social tactic. Is you're going to kind of pick a skill that you're going to lean into while we conduct the interaction. We're going to determine essentially. You're going to make a test to see how well you conduct yourself, and that will basically determine the temperaments of this person as you interact with them. Social interactions, of course, are neither, rolling successfully on your skill test does not necessarily guarantee a successful exchange. Dice do not determine the outcome. The roleplay does. But the dice will basically set me up with a few kind of personality traits I can reference as we kind of move forward. So in the case of Elisa, what social tactic do you intend to use?
Interrogate him.
Interrogate. Okay. All right. Warren, what about yourself?
I think I'm gonna go. I want to say this is bargain, but I want to try to call to his sense of morality and question whether if he did do this, try to get him to own up to it. So I don't know what skill that would be specifically.
Of something that he would not normally be convinced of. That would be charm.
Charm. Okay. Fair.
Alistair?
I'm going to use intimidate, and my intent is to be the bad cop for whatever Lieutenant's lead is.
Love it. Harper?
I'm going to go with rumor. I want to see if he's aware of what's going on in the city, the effect it's having on the populace, to see if he has any sort of guilt about that, and see if I can take advantage of that.
Okay. And then finally, Terwin.
Yeah, Terwin has jumped to two conclusions. He does believe that this guy is remorseful, so he's going to try and inspire him and lead him to do the right thing.
Okay.
So leadership.
Leadership, great. Okay, Terwin, your test is going to. What is your first off? Are you your order aligned?
I'm even.
You're even. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. And your test is going to be. My apologies. Standard.
Standard? Okay, this will be a 48%. And a 65 won't do it.
Keep it. We'll
How
leave
many
it.
do we got? We got 4. I'll give it another shot.
Okay.
All right.
98 won't do it.
I thought it was a 99 for a second.
We already did one of those.
Saying-
I already did that once.
Yeah, reroll
not.
the
Okay, Harper, you are rolling your rumor test, and you are order aligned, and you are a burger. Your test will also be standard.
Okay. That'll be 53. And I rolled an 06. Success.
Alistair, intimidate. You are order aligned. Your test is standard.
Alright. Standard test for me is 65%. I rolled an 02.
Nice.
I'm gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, you are. Roll so bad.
Warren, you are
99.
chaos aligned. Your test is going to be easy.
Okay,
Oh.
so this makes it a 56% chance to succeed. And I rolled a 25.
Whoa.
And Elisa, you are doing interrogation. Your order aligned. It is standard. However, it is a disfavorable
Yeah.
skill.
I figured it would be.
So you're going to need to flip the results to fail.
Well, it fails anyway.
Want to reroll that?
I have a flip to fail, and
I mean-
my interrogate is a 56.
You can always roll an 11.
Okay, so it's a 56.
What's the worst that could happen?
All right, go for it.
55 and
I'll take a
below.
misfortune point, please.
Let's go for it.
Alright, so bad.
Here you go.
That's why I said that.
I like risk. Well, a 33 would have done it, but one flipped over and became 83, so that does not.
Ooh. Okay.
No, I thought you
It
said
was on
33.
3 and it went.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I was like, 80? 30?
No, it was on 3 and
33 flipped
it
is still
sat like
33.
that and then just flipped down. And I went.
Okay. I was really confused.
Sorry.
33 flipped to 30 to
Alright.
83.
Yes.
Wait, what?
You turned the number around. It looked like an 8.
No, it was on. Like I said,
I
it
mean,
was balanced on the side of a 3 and then flipped down to an 8. I went, oh, you son of
He walks down the stairs and
Oh,
joins
three
you
of
on
us.
the second floor, and you can see this man who he's pale as a sheet. He's thin and wan. His hair is kind of graying on the sides, and he has a droopy gray mustache. It seems to be the description of the man you were looking for on the docks, Alistair. And he's holding his left hand in a rest, and it's actually covered in something. But he's wearing a blue mantle and some sort of robe bound at his waist and pants. He looks sort of. I don't believe we had met before.
No, we haven't.
He appears. He's kind of looks a bit just a bit anxious.
I'm not much for customs and all, but your fellows downstairs didn't were offended when I offered my hand. Am I going to offend you if I offer my hand to introduce myself?
He kind of takes a couple steps back. Please don't touch me. He says, don't.
Very well.
I'm very sick, he says.
Oh, well, thank you for that. So, I'm with a Dufresne agency, as I show my badge. And we've got a couple questions for you.
Questions?
Yeah, hoping you could illuminate something for us.
Is this some sort of inquiry? He says.
I wouldn't necessarily, no, not so much, but
Should I sit down? He looks to the others.
Oh, whatever makes you more comfortable. Would you like to sit?
Yes, he says, kind of pausing, and
Go ahead and sit.
he walks over and he kind of pulls a chair over with his foot, not with his hand, and he kind of takes a seat and is now surrounded by all of you.
I can take a look at.
Don't!
I can
sit.
take a look at your situation. I gesture with my.
Don't
surgeon's
come any
bag.
closer. I'm very, very sick, my friend.
I'm gonna look to see if he
Young
has
man.
the reek stink or anything.
He does, yes.
He does.
His eyes are bloodshot. They're covered in gunk.
I have a.
Right. He's been
Don't come any closer! He says as he kind of stands up, almost urging toward you with his hand. And he,
Give him some
please
space.
forgive me.
Give him some space.
Forgive me.
Okay. I'm just saying. I have some dwell if you want me
He's
to.
been helping me out with mine. It's been helping a whole lot. He
You
can help
keep
you.
pushing on this subject. Maybe we shouldn't talk. Maybe
Pardon
it's
me,
time for
pardon
you
me.
to leave.
Pardon my forwardness. I was just trying to help.
He doesn't sit down this time.
Yeah, please disregard that. So we've been looking into trying to figure out where this reek is coming from. You know, the reek.
Yes, he says, looking down at his feet.
And well, since this is something that's beyond my area of expertise, something I don't know very much about, we started to investigate it, and well, we heard from someone that on that very night that the reek started, that someone meeting your description may have gone out to a lonely island.
Are you the Queen's men? Or sorry, the Baroness's men? He says as he looks toward the others.
Warren nods. Yep.
The
Yeah.
others are quiet.
Would
You
it?
feel that you feel your inquiry is flagging.
Yeah.
I wait. No, this isn't right. He stands up and begins to pace.
Why don't we just cut through all the bullshit? Pardon my language. We know where you were. We have a pretty good idea of what you did. Your door was not unlocked. Save us all a lot of time and get to the point.
My key. You found my key.
Right. Where do you think we found that key?
The island, he says, kind of lowering his head.
And what were you doing there?
Things you couldn't imagine.
Well, that's why I need you to tell me straight.
Did the other 5 not imagine it either?
It wasn't supposed to be this way.
Well,
Never is.
How is it supposed to be? Let's start there. Just how is it supposed to be?
The Wolstanian, Abel, he said everything would work. He instructed us in the ways of the higher mysteries. We thought it would all come together. As planned, as practiced. We practiced over and 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 over. He begins pacing the room over and over and over.
Practiced what?
The ritual, he whispers. The great equation, the higher mystery, the answer to all of this. This, he pulls at his clothes. The flesh and blood and life and death, all of it. We know it all.
So you were promised that by Abel.
Promised. Taught.
This Abel, what's he look like? He's Wolstanian, you said, right?
A sinister man. Sharp features.
Sharp features?
Like the devil.
Does he have like a hawkish nose?
He's Wolstanian, he simply says.
I don't really have those now.
So he promised you immortality.
No.
And what?
Knowledge.
The answer to this, he says as he points toward a nearby blackboard. This, the dirigible, the Zeppelin, the Gilbert and Zax, was to ascend to the sky, to take us beyond that which we knew. take beyond the
Light?
seas to the heavens above.
Okay, so that's what was supposed to happen. And so what did happen?
It didn't work. It killed people. It wasn't supposed to happen this way.
Well, we were down in the well. We saw the cloaks.
No, not then. Earlier
Earlier, right after you got to the island?
this year,
You tried this before?
it all went wrong. We thought it would take to the air, born with ether. People died, you see. We thought we'd
The
go back to the
library.
drawing board, and we would.
Are you referring to the library?
No. The library burnt down many moons ago. Gilman and Zock's foundry.
That
That explosion?
a zippin', what you call that?
Wasn't supposed to happen this way.
Okay.
So, it was supposed to take you into the sky?
We thought it would. We had made the correct calculations. We had seen to the formulas. We thought that the math was right. We had tested in the controlled environment. We'd been studying it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then it all turned to green light and burned and killed those people, he says as he's kind of wiping tears from his face.
Well, we can't undo it, but what can we do to fix it?
There's no fixing it. You don't understand. I've already tried, he says.
Alright, and that's what we really want to know. How did you try to fix it?
The calculations weren't correct. He's now visibly shaking. He kind of steadies himself on the table. Abel said if we reached out, if we did these things, if we moved past the line which had been drawn, that we could find the answer to solve this riddle, this equation that has consumed my mind for months and months and years and decades. People died.
We know.
And they died again. And it's all my fault! It's my hubris! My stupidity!
Well,
So,
so you tried to make it right.
you reached out? To whom? To what? The gods?
To, as we were instructed, the ritual, the rite. He said, perform it in this way. Take these steps, draw this thing, bring the equations to light. Do as we need to do before the place where the martyr had blessed the waters.
Those people that were killed, how?
At the
How did
well.
they die?
Oh no. There was a light and then nebulous darkness filled with burning silver balls of light. It was hurtled through what I can only suspect is the vault of night, trapped behind a cruel blue pane of glass. I beheld it all. I saw that which awaited me. I saw into the beyond. I saw Muhammad. I saw Durindal. I was born into the Leviathan's eye and beheld everything that this world has hidden from us. And when I awoke, they were gone. Again. He lowers his head into his robe and begins to weep openly.
I take a look at Warren, like,
Same.
In our investigation, we returned to the Lonely Island. We went down the well. We saw your mathematical descriptions and equations on the ground. I stepped into the circle and I saw what you saw. What does it mean? I saw the vision.
So much death come to you as it has to me. In the places I have walked in my dreams, the people I have seen, my other selves, cast far and wide across this world.
other selves? There's a quiver in Warren's voice.
I don't understand it. I don't know. I haven't slept since then. He wipes the snot from his nose.
So you're not sure how to undo what you've done. How to stop the
I don't even know what I did. People died the first time. 12 people, and now 13 of them died. All of them, they didn't know what they were doing. And now my students are dead. And it's all my fault.
You want me to give you some friendly advice as to how you can make it right? Tell us where Abel is.
I don't know.
When was the last time you saw him?
The Wolstadian comes and goes as he wills it. Like he's in my head. He's taken my name. He knows me. He knows me in the way not even my mother knew me. He knows everything about me. He knew everything. He told me things I would never tell anyone. He's whatever. He is a mind bender, a sorcerer, an astromancer, a devil I don't know. I did as he bade me. He told me it would fix everything, that we would find the answers and I could find a way to recover my life's work, to find a way to take to the beyond.
Do you
As a
have
swallow to the wind.
Do you have the equations? So we could see them?
They are meaningless. They mean nothing. They have done nothing, he says.
They did something.
Death. Death and stupidity. That's all it is, he says as he takes his hand, both of his hands, and shoves the entire kind of metal thing across the table, and you can see his whole hand is rotten grayscale and almost frozen into a club. He throws his hands across the table, throwing the moving spheres and the strange machine into disarray as it fizzes and buzzes and smokes and smolders.
Oh, calm down there. You're the victim here. It wasn't you that done it. It wasn't your fault.
13 plus 5 are on me. I am no soldier. I'm a damn scholar. I'm never supposed to be like this. I took an oath.
In that case, perhaps we should look to making what right of it we can.
No, he will not take me anywhere, he says as he holds his arm out.
I never said,
I'm very sick.
never said we was going to take you anywhere. I'm trying to see if we can somehow find this Wolstanian. Abel. He's the one that told you wrong.
You don't find him. He finds you. Your head right here. Your third eye.
You think you could?
He can see you. He can see you in ways that they do not know.
Is he watching right now?
I don't know.
You think you could tell him to find us then?
In what way?
Well, if he's the one that told you to do
Shall I call out his name? Shall I summon him by saying his name thrice?
If that's what it takes.
He will scream Abel's name out 3 times. He comes and goes as he pleases. He knows a man's mind. He is not some thing you can summon from thin air. He cannot be controlled.
Sounds like
He is smoke and fire and evil. And he will tell you things, and you will believe it. You will believe it true.
So what you're saying is we shouldn't believe him.
Cast your own judgment. Pray that you never meet Abel, that you never meet that Wolstanian.
I'll add it to my list.
Listen, there's a lot of people like you that are sick. Now, we can treat temporarily the symptoms, but we need to find a way to resolve this permanently.
I'm a condemned man.
Sure, so then you should try to redeem yourself before the end of your days.
Yeah.
Go out a martyr instead of a murderer.
A martyr. Yes, a martyr, he says. That is the way to fix this. That is the way that the steward and the martyr will forgive me.
You need to right your wrongs. You need to help us.
I will martyr myself.
No, you will not.
He turns around and begins to run toward the balustrade
I'm
and
gonna
throws
grab him.
himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to.
I mean, we surrounded him
Sure.
at that point, right?
All right,
I'm tackling him.
let's roll initiative. Actually, I got initiative. I have 8 plus.
Okay.
8 plus 5, so 13.
Headmaster?
The headmaster.
Oh boy.
He's a transformer.
Get him, Lisa.
Optimus
yes,
Prime.
I can.
Headmaster. So, Alistair, you're at the top of the initiative.
Let him jump
And
over.
you are surprised. So, do you want to try to grab him, Alistair?
No.
Okay.
Harper
That's
does.
very fitting. Harper,
Oh, yeah.
your chance is going to be a hard
If he doesn't kill him, someone else is.
coordination test.
Hard coordination?
Yes.
Alright, that's gonna be 30. That's gonna be fun. And it's a 90!
Can we roll that?
I'll take my one for the night, sure.
No. Oh, we have one left there.
That's a 44 critical
Critical
failure.
Oh,
because
no.
30 was hard.
No! No! Harper chases after him, holding onto his clothes, and then his mantle rips from his throat. And with that, the headmaster turns around up on heel and collapses over the edge of the balustrade. And you hear this. Funk sound as he hits the ground.
Well, this doesn't look good for us.
I ball up the cloak, throw it on the ground in anger. Well, God damn it. That son of a bitch. You took damn easy way out, and you should have been a man about it.
Well, someone told him to be a martyr.
Yeah, as in he gives the rest of his life to making this thing right. Not you take your life like a goddamn wuss.
The man
Go
is
up to the third floor.
broken. Give him some credit.
The man's a piece of shit and he deserves to be dead, but he should have fixed his problem before he left.
Alright,
In this
enough.
case, you got what you wanted.
Enough.
Look, there he is.
Let's focus on the solution.
Let's check what was upstairs that he didn't want us to see. And then get out of here before anything else collapses.
Possibly he's just afraid of the sickness. But we should go and look anyway.
It's only a matter of time. Someone would have killed him or he would have died, but still. Let's check
Yes,
upstairs.
but
His
if,
mind was clearly a roast that had been left in the fire for a
but
day
if the
too
Brigandine are coming to possibly speak to us, they find us in a place that we're not supposed to be, in a dead body outside of a window. It doesn't really look good, now does it?
long. If we were going to kill him, we wouldn't throw him over the edge.
They don't know that.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Alright, let's go look. Come on.
Those who have higher order ranks than chaos ranks will gain 6 corruption. Those who have equal order and chaos ranks gain 3 corruption. Those who have chaos ranks gain no corruption. As you look over the edge, the man is lying in a pool of his own blood. It is clearly repulsive.
Ugh.
No less, you make your way to the 3rd floor.
It was broken when we got here.
And you can see that along the walls the equations have turned into written in different types of paint, different types of handwriting, the words "I'm sorry" over and over and over. From the floor to every slat of wood, to every brick, to every piece of paper or wall or flat surface, he has written "I'm sorry" hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of times, from floor to ceiling.
Is there any papers that actually have the equation and not the words "I'm sorry" written on them? Or some of
There
the
are
equation?
so many equations written down on the second floor. It appears that this, however, is where he has been attempting to atone. You can see that there is nothing but a bed sheet on the floor. There is no bed. There is no pillow. He has literally been using the floor to defecate on. There is no food. There is no water. This is where he had come to try to, you would guess, to find forgiveness from the Covenant. He's done everything save for flog himself.
That's all I say.
Oh, it just says "I'm sorry" repeatedly. Doesn't really help us at this point. I would say that it's probably best if we head out of this area. Doesn't seem to be anything else that could help other than if I sit for hours trying to write down this equation. But let's face facts. If he had this many years to try to figure it out, me writing it down is not going to give us any answers. So...
Perhaps if we wrote just a little and you showed it to your friend.
Everything here is evidence.
I have some.
We need Exconcern to take a look at this. We need the academic types.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it.
Obviously, everyone here is a culprit.
Well,
His students were helping him do it.
You know what?
well, they may not have known.
You don't
But
get into
it-
something this big without knowing what's going on.
We got into something this big and we have no idea what's going on.
Right.
And the ones that might have known what was going on could be those piles of ashes we found at the bottom of the well.
That's what I'm thinking. He probably only told a few people, and that's the one he took, and now no one knows but him and Abel.
No, I like what he's thinking. We need to get accents done up here.
I agree with that.
And someone needs to stay here and make sure that someone is not able to erase what's written here.
Uh-huh. I can do that.
I don't feel comfortable being in this place anymore, so I will find Hexenstone then.
Well, the Brigandine will be here before long, and they can help us out, hopefully.
Maybe.
I can't lie, talking to the Brigandine in this room really increases our chances.
I'll watch it, make sure that this Abel doesn't come in and get rid of what evidence or what information might be here, and then I will attempt to get Hexenstone.
There's no Abel. Doesn't exist.
You don't think?
Nah, it's in his head.
We can question the other students. If he was as prominent of a member here, they'll all know.
He referred to himself as Abel, and they refer to him as that too.
I mean, I think the man's a devil or a demon.
Give me a minute here. He's not a demon. We know full well there's two of them because there's two of us.
Strange theory, but you might be right.
Yeah, two sides of the same coin.
Something like that.
Either way, discuss your philosophy, but I will go find Hexenstone at this moment because we don't know what will happen soon.
Right.
You know today is a Sabbath. You will not be able to find Hexenstone.
Elisa's just making it a point to get out of the building, to be honest.
As you head down the stairs, you pass by his body lying prostrate on the ground, pooled in its own blood. Took his own life, but he has left behind a lot of questions. You can see already that there are people gathering at the top of the stairs, students. And behind them, there are men armed to the teeth with weapons. Brigandine has arrived. There is a flustered look over the students as there is confusion and anger and fear and disparagement cast your way. And Brigandine, along with Lieutenant Reich, begin to fold in over you. And this is the end of Chapter 2 of Queen of Embers.
Dun, dun.
Nice. 100 reward points, everybody. Alright. So, we will dispense with the corruption roll for tonight.
Do I take a?
I don't like my chances.
Do I gain corruption when he administers the medicine to me?
No, you do not.
Okay, just making sure. Because I know he takes it when he takes tincture.
That's right.
Okay.
Drugs! So, if the die that I roll is equal to or less than the corruption gained, you increase your cast rate. Probably go ahead and just...
1.
Yep.
Yay!
So, it really wouldn't matter too much anyway.
Everyone gets it. Even I get it. Wow.
Everyone gets it.
I get 2.
Luis.
Because I was a 19.
Yeah, you went crazy crap. You had a bad,
That's why she wanted
you were
to run
very
out of the
stressed.
building.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm like, hey man, this room makes us look the best.
It does. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm staying right here.
Yeah,
So,
Luis is like,
You might
nope.
be guilty.
We didn't write all that.
So, with a little bit of time we have left, let's maybe talk about kind of what's unfolded over chapter 2 and try to maybe sum up a few things for our listeners.
Alright.
So, thoughts, motivations, thoughts about the mystery, what may be happening, what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
This is technically the first full chapter of the game. Although chapter 1 was a prequel.
Harper's got no clue what's going on. He's like, what? I thought we were just coming here to curry favor with a noble woman, and all of a sudden we're caught up in this crap? What the hell's going on? So, I mean, it's interesting. I like it.
Feels like just from an out of character standpoint, we've shifted into on the night of Penumbra, we shifted into something sort of akin to the Upside Down. Like I don't feel like we're in something is off.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're in a parallel worse timeline.
Well, we did roll a d6.
Right. I mean, that's obviously not precisely the way that Alistair thinks about it, but Alistair is, he's not an idiot. He knows something is clearly, wrong. And he's seeing all these things that he shouldn't know to be able to see, and you're kind of in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, feels a little weird.
Yeah.
Superstitious.
Oh yeah, Terwin is very superstitious, and he is full on a believer that there's magic afoot, and it was just a matter of time till we found the source. He didn't necessarily think that from the beginning, but as time went on, he was thinking that there were otherworldly things at play, and then a big old flaming wooden sword that didn't burn up. That kind of sealed the deal for him.
Right, it's interesting that the soup-stained prophet, as I like to call him, seems to have derived his almost abilities from that explosion, from that factory. So something happened there. He survived while severely injured, but now seemingly has these new abilities.
Well, I've got a small theory about that. I think that the Zeppelin crashed into that factory.
Oh, you think it crashed into there?
Yeah.
It didn't try to launch from there?
It's something. I believe that accident had to do something with the soup-stained prophet gaining his ability to have a flaming sword. But, I mean, I could be way off, but it's what I think.
Yeah.
But from Elise's perspective.
Well, she doesn't believe in superstitions and magic, so she is completely lost. Other than it actually, it probably made her feel a bit better when she saw the mechanical nature of the things in that guy's tower, because then she went, "Oh, it's science stuff." So that, yeah,
Demons.
she's trying.
It's demons.
She's trying real hard to fall back on its science and find logic in it at this point of everything that has happened. But the birds are, and her almost dying is still got her confused. So,
this is a world where gods clearly exist. That's not.
yeah, but they don't interact with people. Come
Right,
on now.
but they're there.
Yeah,
right?
no, she believes they're there, but she doesn't believe that they interact.
And it wasn't them that did this.
No.
So it's demons.
What about from Warren's perspective?
So Warren, ever since Penumbra, he's had this kind of strange feeling that he's not himself, that he's in the wrong skin. Maybe he's getting a bit... I think he's getting a bit of an imposter syndrome situation. Like, maybe he's in the wrong body. And... You know, Alistair's kind of said some of the kind of similar stuff, so he probably trusts Alistair pretty well based on what he said, but the headmaster mentioned his other selves, and that, like, made his mind start ticking even more, so he's, like, getting even more paranoid about what's going on. So, he thinks that this Abel character is maybe accessing his... or moved him, or something happened. He's really confused.
Okay.
So, like, kind of a conspiracy theory within his own mind about what's going on in his head. He wants answers, still.
Well, we will wrap up then for tonight, the end of Chapter 2 for Queen of Embers. We ended on the 20th episode, which is interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what we'll probably do is we will take... I don't think we'll take a break next week. I think we'll just continue on.
Okay.
But for those on our Patreon, I'm going to start releasing some game mechanic stuff behind the scenes. As careful not to tip my hat to the players who run the Patreon.
Right.
That's
What?
the tough
No,
challenging
just
part.
tell them everything.
Because
I
there's
mean,
still
on
like
Patreon-
5 chapters left.
Well, to be fair, I'm a patron too, so,
I was
you
saying,
know,
good
tell
to
me
know.
everything.
There's a bunch of us that are patrons.
No spoilers.
I mean, technically, if it's
Let's
there's probably
tell
like
that
50
again.
episodes left if the rate that we're moving.
How many do you think?
Well, sometimes
50.
we...
Like if
think
it's
so?
10,
Yeah.
we just ended chapter 2 on the 20th episode.
Okay.
We ended chapter 1, I believe, on the 10th or the 8th episode.
Well,
8th or 9th.
How are you?
It's
We
interesting
may
to think.
speed things along somehow.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about time. Obviously, I just think
Right.
we're gonna
It takes
have.
as long as it takes.
Yeah, I mean, because right now it's March, so this is probably gonna persist into summer.
Yeah.
I would think.
Oh, yeah, I imagine so.
I just find it interesting that Dunhollow took 20, and we're at 20
Excuse-
now.
excuse me.
But we're, like, just getting into it.
Yeah, Don Hall was meant to be very.
was
kind of-
only 20? That's kind
Yeah.
of
20
funny.
yeah,
I
it was
think
20 episodes.
It was
seems
on the
so much
nose,
longer.
and it was compacted too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
No.
it was meant to be a short story.
Yeah, it was quick compared to this.
Yeah,
And
but
I-
it seems like we'd been in Dunhollow longer than 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
The Don Hollow mystery was supposed to be almost kind of like a short, like an Edgar Allan Poe like short book, like
Right.
The Mask of the Red Death. Like when I conceived of that, I wanted
Oh,
to be
well,
very short. This is much
Certainly wasn't like a
longer.
multi-story arc, like a
Right.
multi-tier
Yeah.
arc like we've done in the past, like from first tier to the
Oh, yeah.
last tier. So
Oh,
this one is
so
like a
that.
full adventure. I
Get
feel
real
like
close.
Full campaign, yeah.
yeah, full campaign.
Yeah.
Just do one more.
And it will take you beyond Dun Hollow.
Yeah,
Or sorry, Durandal. my
Durandal,
apologies.
yeah.
yeah. So I have
Finally make
finished.
some use of that survival.
I finished
Yep.
purchasing all of my Man at Arms abilities, so I just need to save those 200 reward points, and I can move on.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
Same
at
thing.
for my intermediate.
Yeah. So maybe maybe what we'll do next time then is we'll shift everybody forward.
Doesn't
Like,
matter to me.
regardless of where you're at in reward points, let's just shift everybody to intermediate tier. Because it makes sense, right? Because now
Sure. New
we're
chapter.
clearly like new chapter, but more importantly, like now that kind of like it's clear that this is like a supernatural kind of thread, kind of that's going to stitch all these chapters together. It's a good time to move. I feel.
I won't argue
So
with
we can-
200.
Yeah, I won't.
So we
argue
can
for you
start
guys.
talking about like new careers and stuff like that.
Yeah, new professions.
I got plans.
That's right. So, thank you, listeners, for listening in on our 20th episode. Many more to come. Thank you for your patronage, obviously. For those who are watching this on YouTube after the fact or on Podbean, you should really sign up at our Grown Perilous Studios podcast.
Yeah.
Mike and Adam are putting a lot of work into it, and we've got some special stuff that we're going to share from Colonial Gothic that will be exclusive only to patrons, including other stuff, including our Monster of the Month, which we'll have a couple ready here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll also start to hear a little bit more about another campaign that's being run in the background maybe soon. We'll find out when the time is right.
It's as the more goals we unlock, the closer we get to that.
That's right.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.